Thank you for joining us today at Homestead for Life. Today we are going to talk about different ways to use your canned foods. So this is based on some requests, some comments I've gotten on some of our videos. So today I'm going to make the simplest thing in the world, hamburger helper. Other things that you can do with it include pretty much anything. So I was actually going to make tacos out of the ground beef, but I don't have lettuce and all that fun stuff handy. Forgot to go shopping. So we're literally just throwing a quick meal together with what we have in the house. So milk, already cooked hamburger, water and hamburger helper. So because the hamburger is already cooked, all we need to do is wait for it to be a little warm, and then we just add the other things in. We've already cooked our hamburger, we've already rinsed our hamburger. That's it. Pretty much the same goes for your canned chicken. You're just going to drain the fluid out. This one didn't really have a lot of water in it, but it's gonna cook off here shortly anyway. But you're gonna drain off the water and you're gonna heat up the chicken and throw it in whatever you want. Or don't heat it, drain it, refrigerate it, and throw it on top of a salad, or make chicken salad, or whatever you want to do with it. The potatoes, I like to drain them and fry them up in a pan and make home fries, essentially. So it's all totally a personal preference, whatever you want to do with them. They're just very convenient, very, very handy to make a quick meal. So we're just going to give this another minute to heat up and then add our other ingredients. And then 10 minutes later we'll have hamburger helper for dinner, because today is a lazy day and we're not doing a lot of cooking and prepping today. So some of our water that was in with the ground beef has already started simmering, so we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. 3/4 cup of hot water, 2 1/4 cup of milk. Let's put our seasoning in there first. It's probably easier to stir without the pasta. Add in the pasta, heat it up so it's boiling, put a lid on it and cook it to 6 to 8 minutes, and then dinner is done. So if you're not just storing food for convenience sake, this is also canning your ground beef in advance. This makes for 15 minutes or less dinner, so you can't beat that. But while we're waiting for that to boil, I want to explain one of the kind of weird things I did. So if you'll notice, when I opened my can, I didn't just take the can opener and puncture a hole in the lid. I used a knife, so it will only bend the lip of the can a little bit. This is so I can reuse my lid. I reuse them not in pressure canning, but I will reuse it to vacuum seal when I'm doing herbs or whatever else. So you can use them twice if they're the good lids to begin with. Some people use them 3 or 4 times, but just make double sure that you're getting a good seal. You're gonna have to double check those when they're done. But so I always use a knife so I'm not poking extra holes in the lid. I'm doing as little damage as possible so I can reuse them as necessary. And then when they wear out beyond that, then I use them for things that don't actually need to be pressure sealed or vacuum sealed. I just use them to hold whatever. So, but now we're literally just waiting for a pot to boil, so we'll let you pause on that. Now that our pot's got a strong simmer going, I'm gonna stir it one more time, turn the heat down a little bit, and put the lid on and set our timer for 6 to 8 minutes. I'm gonna go with 7. And then dinner will be done. And that is the simplest meal in the world once you've got your meat already cooked. There's nothing to it. I do want to point out, so we didn't have to cook the ground beef. The ground beef was already cooked. So depending on what you're making with it, so if I was doing tacos, I could have poured this into a microwave safe bowl, added my taco seasoning and thrown it in the microwave. I could have added the meat to a pan, added the seasoning, heated it up that way. Your canned foods are already cooked. So really you're just heating them up to whatever temperature is appropriate for how you want to eat them. So they are safe right out of the can. I don't know if they're tasty out of the can. I certainly wouldn't eat room temperature ground beef. That doesn't sound appetizing. But you could. So just something to keep in mind. And a few more minutes, 5 or 6 more minutes, and we are ready for dinner. Great, so our timer has gone off. The pasta is softened. That's pretty much all you're waiting for at this point with hamburger helper is for the pasta to cook through. And then all you do is pretty much stir it for a couple minutes uncovered to thicken it up a little bit, and dinner is done. We're at less than 15 minutes because we pre-cooked and canned our hamburger meat. You can't get easier than that. So, thanks for joining us today at Homestead for Life. Have a great day.